Amen. Amen. In Jesus' name.
Amen. So, thank you everyone for joining. I am excited to be doing this with you, and I think this is our first annual meeting, and it's expedient we have it at this time. A lot of underground activities and work have been going on behind the scene. The first was the announcement I made on the group. The ESCOs, we all went to, a few of us went to um, Almata, and we went to introduce ourselves as the new ESCOs. We'll get ourselves acquainted with the school management and get to know what is going on, you know, in the school and their programs and what are their plans for us. And we also let them know that we also have a number of things in the pipeline. And so the essence of today's meeting is to give you an update of what has been going on and what the new government or what the new ESCOs have in plan, or what we have as our agenda for the new regime. As you all know, we have a new president, and some new ESCOs as part of the government. And so we have a list of agenda, a list of plans that we hope to achieve before the end of the regime. Okay, and the first on the list is the registration of the association. Yeah, so this has been something that we've been talking about right from the previous regime, and somehow we're not able to achieve that. And going forward, we intend to pick up from where they stopped, and that is completing the registration. So part of the requirements for the registration was to get the minutes of the meeting, annual meetings, and constitution of the association, the logo, the motto, and every other criteria. So far, the constitution has begun, amendment of the constitution, and by next month, which is in May, by middle of May, the committee that is in charge of the constitution will be called upon to give us a brief of how far they've gone. But so far, we've reached out to the body in charge of registration of the association, and the secretary has also sent the annual minutes of the annual meetings, which I'll compile and send to the person in charge of the registration, so that the registration of the association will begin. Okay, and then we also look at opening a corporate account, because from our visit to the Almata, we mentioned that, or they told us that some old students have been reaching out to let them know that they are interested in reaching back to the school as a way of giving back to the school. So, and we are making it known to them that we have come a long way, and so far we are about going to 4 years old, and that we are looking at having a singular umbrella, where every alumni will belong or will come under, and then we cannot accommodate other alumni if we are not well rooted. And being rooted is having that association, this association registered. That makes it, authentic. And now when they come in, they'll be required to make some kind of commitment, like membership, registration of membership, and paying of dues and all of that. So we looked at it that it's not going to all go well if old students or other alumni or other sets are told to pay their dues into a private account. Okay, it's gonna raise some kind of questions. It's going to raise some kind of questions, and we're trying to curb that. And that is why we are looking at opening the account, registering the association at least before the end of August. That's one of the agenda, one of the projects we have. Before the end of August, we should have the association registered, we should have the account opened. Okay, those are the two important things that we are looking at achieving. So I don't know if anyone has any question as regards to that before we continue on the next agenda. My promise is that this meeting is not going to it's not going to stretch for so long, because I know a lot of us are on our way home and it's been a long day. Okay, so I'm trying to be as fast as I can, but trying not to miss out on important points. So these are the two important things I have mentioned. So I don't know if you have any question as regards this, so we'll continue. Any addition, any subtraction? Any question? So if there are no question on this, I think I will just go on to the next on the list. So the next on the agenda is we are looking at sending out a okay, we are proposing for a location for a permanent secretariat office. Okay, and the reason for having a permanent secretariat is because those of us who are resident in Lagos, some of the meetings, because we are going to be officially registered, opening an account, that makes it moving from being a WhatsApp association, being a WhatsApp group, we are moving it to a physical, making it a big umbrella like it ought to be. Okay, because looking at the bigger picture, okay, this association is beyond what we are doing on the WhatsApp group. Okay, there are a lot of benefits, that members should have, or members should receive, for after paying of dues. What do you stand to get from this association? So to make it known to everyone that we are not just existing as a WhatsApp group, we are moving to something bigger. Okay, and that is having a permanent secretariat office. So the proposed location is the school, the Remsen College. Okay, this is just something we discussed as what's it called, as I think I discussed it with okay, we discussed it with the S official, and as an undertone, but I'm bringing it to the house that okay, this is something we should. I think we discussed it during one of the meetings for the S schools. So we are going to send the proposal to the school to give us a space in the school where we can have a permanent office. So every other every other alumni, every other person who is coming to join us, who is registering, we come to the office. We come to the office, pick up membership form, because I don't know feel that we some of us who are already graduates or who went to others who furthered to other schools, you would agree with me that during your stay in school there are sometimes you are asked to pay alumni. You are asked to pay alumni fees and all of that. So that's part of what we are looking at achieving. So the school, we have to incorporate it as part of their you know as part of their statutory um I'm trying to get the right adjective, the statutory rules. Is it rules? Yeah, their statutory requirements for students, both those who are still students and those who are graduating. So before you become a member of the association, you must have finished with your jam, maybe gained admission, and that's like 2 years after graduation from school, you now become a full member of ROSA. Okay, so that will also help us become closer, make us stay closer to the school. Because another thing why we are looking at having a permanent secretary there, the last time we went there, Mr. Charles, please try and mute your mic, please. The last time we went there, the most of the building or most of the offices are dilapidated. Most of the classes, the library, a lot of things are no longer in place like we used to know it as. Okay, so peradventure we have a permanent secretariat there. It will help us also understand what is going on in the school with the students and in the community. Yes, whatever we are building is not limited. It's not limited to our alma mater. It is also related to us. It's an extension of us as members, as colleagues, as friends. We are building something that will outlive us. Okay, now the vision of the association is not a selfish one. It's not just about us alone. It's about impacting lives. It's about changing the next generation. So if you're building something and it is not an extension of people around you that's going to affect lives around you, then that thing is not worth building. Okay, and that is what we are trying to achieve at ROSA. At ROSA we are giving an extension beyond us, making our lives meaningful. Of course, we are trying to build ourselves, and at the same time help our next generation. That's the students who are coming after us. Ensure that we lay that legacy, we lay that path, ensure that they get it right after secondary school and even while they're in school. It also help us as members of ROSA. There are a lot of benefits. By the time we have that permanent secretariat, apart from having that physical office, it will also help us make meaningful contribution during their PTA meetings, because we now become part of stakeholders and board of directors in the school. Yeah, so I wish the S official was here. It would have also emphasized on this point extensively. And then the fourth one is we are looking at unveiling the association's constitution and official logo to the house. So by May we also have to fix a date when the committee in charge of the logo would reach out and unveil the the constitution to the house, so we know what is embedded or what are embedded in the constitution, and the logo. So from then then henceforth we would be using the logo on all our official documents, the letterheaded, our flag, our office. When we have the office, it will be on the door. It becomes an important symbol. It becomes an important symbol of the association. Yeah, so the logo becomes an important symbol of the association, and by then we would know that this is beyond our WhatsApp. It is something that we are building, that is going to be that's going to be a powerful association. Yes, I I am of the strong belief that this is going to become something big. Yeah. So, and it requires your commitment, it requires your cooperation, and the only way you can make this work, all of this agenda, all of these plans, all of these projects work, is committing to your dues. Okay, payment of dues. We cannot achieve anything if there's no money in the purse, and all of these ideas, all of these plans, they are only realistic if there's fuel, if there's money. You get a car and you want to get to somewhere, you can't get to somewhere or get to your destination if there's no fuel in it. Yeah. So the new government, or the new ESCOs, the executives of this great association, we have our plans, we have our ideas, we have our agenda, and these are part of what I'm sharing with you today. And I am only emphasizing or explaining to you that we can't achieve all of these things without your cooperation, without your commitment with your time, with your money. Imagine a house where we have been announcing a meeting for weeks, the announcement, the reminder, and we don't have a fuller house. But then that's really not so much of a problem. At least we have you here, and we are only asking that your commitment is fully registered. Your money is needed, your ideas, your support, and this is where I'll be pausing so that you can make your contribution. I think we are in the any other business, so questions, suggestions, and subtraction or addition.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Guys, let's
I'm actually struggling to hear you. I don't know if I'm the only person. if I understand, or if I get you clearly, you were asking how will the secretariat be run, be managed, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, here is the plan. Yeah, the secretariat is set up like the people who will be managing it are the current uh, ESCOs. Okay, the current ESCOs, and the alumni or the current regime will be the managers of that place. So the reason is, when we the ESCOs are having meetings, instead of every single time we are having virtual meetings, at least once in a month or once in 2 months, we will go to the office and have strategic meetings. Okay, we have strategic meetings, and that is why um we are emphasizing on the fact that this is beyond WhatsApp group. If we really want to achieve, the vision of the association, take it beyond what we are building, take it, steps higher. We need to do um the things that those who have built associations have done, and part of it is having a secretariat now, and it's also a way of generating income for the association, because we're going to emphasize on the fact that students who are outgoing students would, join as members immediately after school, after meeting up with the criterias. We must have completed secondary school after 2 years or a year, written JAMB, gained admission, and you become a bona fide member of the association. So we, the current ESCOs, will be the ones managing the office in collaboration with the school management. So the office serves as a place for decision making, when we want to take strategic decisions or hold strategic meetings. And it also serves as a conference, as a board meeting, a conference room, and an office where maybe there are people who want to visit the school, to see, okay, what is going on. They will also see that the office is somewhere they can come in to either drop their proposals, have discussions, have meetings. So managing the place is for the regime, the current regime or current ESCOs or current government, yeah, in collaboration with the school. I don't know if I answered that question.
Yeah. What's gonna be like the day-to-day activities in the secretariat? Is it like will someone come in the morning, clock in and say, I'm going to do X, Y, Z today, or will someone just come in?
No. We don't have plans for day-to-day activity. We don't have a plan for day-to-day activity yet. The plan is to have that place as a physical office for meetings, and to register it that we have somewhere you can come to. So for now, we don't have a plan for day-to-day activity yet, and that's why we are bringing it to the house, so that we can deliberate on it and see what we can add to it.
Okay. Sorry.